So we're back. I know you felt bored with our YouTube video, but guys, we really need your help because YouTube didn't pay us, and then I need a job, and then I have a son who's ready to go in college. Yes, so you can enroll in my class to teach you Bisaya or Tagalog before coming here, or I can give you some tips on how to deal with your Filipina and the Filipinas family.
Yeah, and
Yes.
this is really important. I have bugs crawling over me. This is really important because it took us a year and a half for me to start realizing I need to know more keywords and key things and like that. And she's been a wonderful help to me in helping me understand so many things. But we're telling you up front because you can get the jump on it. Because you can come over knowing certain keywords, key phrases, and not just the keywords and key phrases, but if you make an appointment to talk with Mahal, she'll really help you with the dialect, she'll help you with the understanding, and like she said, like even understanding how to react to certain things and how to present yourself. So we had this little idea that, she can kind of have this little 20-minute class with you, and you can pay her because it'll help her out too financially with your son, and it's a benefit on both sides because coming here you really should know some of this key phrasing and certain words and how people are over here with their culture and things, and she can help you with all that. So talk one-on-one with her. You can take 1 class, 2 classes, keep on talking with her, that's not our topic today, but we just thought we'd throw that in.
Yeah. So guys, our topic for today is it's a culture difference between Western guy and the Asian guy. Yeah, the difference between Asian and...
What are some of the biggest differences?
You
mentioned a little earlier to me.
Is guy, what is that, more concerned about your past?
Right, that's what you were bringing up, right? You were saying our Western guys more concerned about the Filipinas' past, and are the local guys? And my question to her was, well, are the local guys really concerned about the Filipinas' past? And your answer was different in both ways, right? So maybe explain that. Yeah,
in our culture, we always concerned about our past. Yes, guys are mostly. They are concerned because that's defined your future, whoever you are in the past, especially to those who are family with a conservative family. Yeah, they are really more concerned about your past, especially if you have so many kids with different father. It really defines you, who you are. That's how judgmental we are. It's really sad to say, but we are like that.
Yeah, and if I had listened to some of the advice I was getting before I came, I probably would not have even met you, because some of the advice I heard was, if X, X, and X, if you see that in the Philippines, just run as fast as you can. But I felt like God in my heart and mind saying, listen to her story, which I did, and I was so glad I did, because even though she had some of those X's that some of the other guys gave advice to run on, I listened. And because I did, I understood. I understood her history. I understood her situation. I understood it wasn't on the surface like these guys were saying with their advice. There was a much deeper thing happening there. So, listen to the story and don't be judgmental over their past. And I think a lot of foreigners kind of feel that way too. Once you get to know the person, you're not really judgmental about the past because you're just more impressed about the person and who she is. And that's what I found. Even though her past was probably what some people would say run from, I don't think it was like that at all. It was just, she went through a traumatic experience. She had a traumatic, past of ups and downs that she didn't cause by any means, and in actual fact it was the opposite. She really tried to salvage and things of that nature, and I totally understood. So, but you're saying someone over here is not quite the same with the understanding?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Just like for example, here in the Philippines, even if for example, you have a partner and your partner's family has a bad reputation, it really matters. Yeah. Just like for example, like when you are a boyfriend and girlfriend, the family will always say, "Oh, what's their family? What's their background? Oh, don't go with that family because their family is a cheater. Her or his grandfather has a lot of wives." Something like that.
So they're judging on the family's
Exactly.
past instead
Yes, the root. They're digging the roots. What is their reputation? Yeah.
instead of just talking like, say,
Exactly.
if it was
Yeah.
you, for example, you instead of getting to know you, they just make a judgment on you
Based
on your
on your
family's
family's
past.
yes, family background. It really matters here in the Philippines. The family background. Yeah.
That's a little different. I think.
Yeah.
I think it's just based on the person. Have the conversation, see how you both are, how you both feel. Talk about things and make judgments on the person,
Yeah.
on their family's past.
Yes. So I guess there's also a difference between Asian guy or Western guy, because Western guy also don't care about your past. As long as you love each other, they don't care about you.
Yeah, I guess we're
Yeah.
talking in a general sense too,
Yeah,
because there's
general.
exceptions on both sides. So
Yes.
don't think we don't know that. Okay, talking kind of like in generalities.
Just like for example, when it comes to my baby love always admire my skin color,
Totally.
my cute nose, my
In
gray
fact,
hair.
She had some white stuff she put on her face today, and I
Yeah.
said nothing because she's trying to make herself a little more less dark. And I wanted to say,
No need.
don't put that on your face because I
Yeah.
like the way you are tanned.
Yeah.
But I said nothing.
And he even told me like, why I'm wearing long pants? It's really hot. And then he's wearing only shorts. Yes, it doesn't matter to him which color I have, which nose, so flat nose with a
But it matters because of their culture. See, it's still ingrained in her
yes,
thinking
but
about
here
the
in the
cultural
Philippines,
ways.
it's not like that. People will say, "Oh, what happened to you? Why you look so dark? Why you look so haggard? Why you have so blemishes? Why you have so pimples in your face? You don't take care of yourself," or something like that. Are you happy with your relationship just based on what you
How
look
thin
like?
you are.
Yeah, exactly. That's really frustrating.
It's another thing I learned. Apparently, if you're thin as a Filipina, they think you're not having a good relationship because you should be fatter.
Yeah, whoever watched this video, I'm sorry, but I can say that in my past experience, everything matters, like my skin color, my nose, my lips, my thick lips, like Angelina Jolie. Yeah, and then I have a big eyes, and which is according to them, I'm not that pretty much.
You are very pretty.
Yes, that's why when my past is really, I can say it's really traumatic because I lost my self-confidence. Yeah, like I want to look for another job like a receptionist, but she said once you meet your employer, they'll just give you you become a domestic helper, not a receptionist because you're not pretty enough.
That's terrible.
That's terrible. Yeah.
But yet, on the other hand, to show the truth, we're driving in a taxi the other day, and even the taxi driver said, "Aren't you afraid of losing her?" He said to me.
That's the first time that we encountered
She's so
taxi
beautiful.
driver that he said that I am beautiful.
But he was speaking the truth. And I gave the wrong answer, I think. Sorry about that, Mom. Because I was basing it on confidence
Yeah.
that she often talked about to me. She said, because like I would often say, "Are you ever going to leave me? Are you going to leave me?" She always say, "No, I'll never leave you." And I said, yeah, based on that and also our confidence in God for our relationship, I said, no, I'm not afraid of leaving her because, or her leaving me because we have a good connection with God that has connected our hearts. Plus, she's told me she's never going to leave, and I trust her word. So based on that, I said, no, I'm not afraid of her leaving me. But apparently that was not the right answer.
Because as a Filipina, we have this, I even told him that our English is really basic, that we even want to hear the yes or no answer. If
Yeah,
someone
more-
will say, "Are you afraid of
Someone, you're
Yeah.
a foreigner leaving you. The
Yeah.
answer is to say, yes, I'm really afraid.
yes, we're expecting
Just give
that.
you a heads up, okay?
Yes.
This is why you should be calling her and talking with her. I had to learn that just the other day, the hard way.
Yeah.
But you can make a phone call, talk to her one-on-one, learn these things in a 20-minute conversation, okay?
It's
Please
really
do it.
funny.
It'll help her too with
Yeah.
income because she'll help her son.
It's really funny, and you know what, like when it comes to, you know, physical appearance, I don't, a little bit, because I need to take care of of myself too, not just because he always admire me, he always appreciate
I
me.
understand.
Yes.
I'm slowly getting it.
Yes, exactly. Like, I need to explain why I'm doing this, not just because I want to please other people, but it's for myself. Yeah.
I have to have more understanding that way. Sometimes it's hard.
Yeah, it's really, you know what, it's really hard to deal with people who are really judgmental, especially when it comes to physical appearance, because they always judge you based on your looks. Yeah, like if you have this tiger look, they will say, oh, it's really scary. You don't even know that someone, and I am like that. I'm not like what is that, head turner woman,
I
like
think you are. I do. I think you are.
you know what, when I was in Hong Kong, my friends would always say, I think you need to consider a foreigner because you have exotic beauty. When it comes to, when people say exotic beauty, that means that your beauty is not the standards of Filipino beauty, because like you're not pretty well enough to consider as beautiful here in the Philippines. Yeah.
Weird stuff.
Yeah, it's really weird, but it's really true. That's why it opens my mind to consider to look for a foreigner. Yeah. And before you also like men and women, before you consider looking for a good relationship, a good woman and a good man, try to change also for the better. If you really want a good relationship, if you have this terrible behavior, try to consider to change it. Yeah, because just like this, if you love alcohol, you always drunk every day,
Not good.
I don't think so. Like, you're looking for a good Filipina, or you're looking for a good wife material, but you always drink alcohol. Of course, God will give you the same as what you are right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you love alcohol, then the Filipino also, or whoever she is, loves to drink. Because that's what I said. Like, I want to have a guy who don't drink, who don't smoke, who don't womanize, who are not a womanizer. And before I met him, I love to drink. I love to go bar hopping.
Were you a womanizer?
I'm not, but I don't entertain like that, Mahal. I don't have this kind of like fling things, a short time relationship. I don't have that. So I pray, and then I change myself. I stop drinking. I stop going to a bar hopping with my friends. No, I stop everything. Yeah, and then
I appreciate that.
yeah, and then after more than a year, I meet him, which don't love to drink, don't love to smoke, and don't.
She's the only woman
He's not a
I've had since
womanizer.
I've come here. I haven't gone out on weekends looking for someone. You stay home tonight, dear. I'll have to go out and find someone else for tonight.
So I guess it makes sense. Yeah, we're always looking for a good partner, but before we're looking for a good partner, be good to yourself first, and try to examine yourself if you are really deserving.
So that about wraps up this video.
Yes.
And again, just a little reminder on the end, if you want to learn some of the cultural ways, some of the cultural language, Filipina has a little 20-minute class, and you can book 20 minutes or 40 minutes or 60 minutes or different days of 20 minutes, and she can help you just kind of understand the culture, understand the language a little bit better. It will, be to your benefit. She doesn't charge much, okay? So just if you want to find out more details, you can post in the comments.
I'm not charging 1,000 of pesos per session.
Or email filipinak1@gmail.com. Post in the comments or filipinak1@gmail.com, and we can communicate, tell you the cost or whatever. But I think it's a really good thing, and it'll help her because she's providing for her son too. So, and I can only provide so much for everybody.
So instead of giving a donation, why not enrolling my class?
Yeah,
It's a win-win situation.
Yeah,
actually.
she really will help you.
Yes.
There's no beef about it. I mean, she really will help you. You'll be one-on-one with her, just talking with her. And it's nice.
Yeah.
Just don't steal her on me, okay?
I'm not. And that's it for today's video. God bless everyone.
God bless you.